in episode 1 of Dial the Gate, I teased that you had told me something during one of our previous conversations that was very interesting in terms of a direction that the show may have gone. The last time that we see him, he's standing in front of an exploding city. And we hear a message sent to Earth that, the Tolen are leaving the system in ships and they're being knocked out of the sky.
Right.
I just wanted you to know that ... and then exactly.
Yeah.
And then you revealed that there was more that had been planned. Can you please share that with everyone?
Well,
at least in terms of what you knew.
Well, I went to the 100th episode party, and it was fun. They invited people that had been involved with the show to the 100th episode party. It was a big deal. We all got little packages, a little bag with a small Stargate in it with the pictures of the cast. We got a bunch of little prezzies that were all, a copy of the 100th episode, et cetera, et cetera. So I thought, oh, gee, someday I'll auction this off with my script from the episode and make hundreds. But but anyway, we're sitting there talking, and the producers came up and were saying, oh, by the way, just so you know, we're thinking of having Narim come back as a Goa'uld. And I went, what a great arc. I would absolutely love to do that.
I'm already working on my flange.
Yeah. So I went, oh, this would be something. I said, that would be tremendous. But it never happened. So they just never got around to it. They decided not to do it. But, and I believe I heard from you that in one of the books or the cartoons or the story, they actually did it. Was the Pacna they put in me?
It was Chlorel.
Oh, Chlorel.
Fittingly enough. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Narim, Chlorel had a bone to pick with the Tolen, and he picked Narim, knowing that Earth, he was the closest to Earth. So that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So
no, I would have loved to have had the cat walk through the gate. I walk through the gate, and Amanda goes, Narim, and I go, Amanda.
Samantha.
Yes, of course. So it would have been great fun, but it never happened. But I thought that would have been, because the thing about that character was, in the first episode, I decided to make him very gentle, I call him milquetoast. He really was a milquetoast, and nonviolent and completely just honorable and full of integrity and such a antithesis of the macho man.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second episode I say, well, basically I was the butler. Come this way. Come this way. Just because it was the trial, not the trial.
Triad.
Yeah, I know. Michael Shanks goes the trial.
So it's kind of like a trial. I'm unfamiliar with the term.
This is like a trial. Anyway, that became my name for triad after that. But that whole episode my character didn't really grow at all. There was no, they'd set it up and we moved forward from there. But in the last episode, I'd been filming for about 3 days, I think. And the producers, we were sitting there talking, I believe it was Michael Greenberg. Michael said, well, we were a little worried, Garwin, because this is the largest guest star we've ever written up to this point. And you kind of drive this episode along in many places, because most of the time the guest stars show that the team is there. I was involved in a lot of scenes in it, and they said, and you kind of drive this engine a bit, and we were a little concerned, but he's such a milquetoast, it's just going to be, what's going to happen? And of course, what happened for Narim at the point, I understood that as an actor, that I can't do that. I had to step up and move forward and make it more dynamic. But after 3 days, they said, they had the courage to say to me, then they said, well, but we should have known just keep doing what you're doing, we're really happy.
Absolutely. So, he's completely blindsided throughout this episode. And even O'Neill says, would you get your head out of your ass?
Yes. Yes, because I can't believe we're so honorable. It's against everything of our culture to do this betrayal. It's so traitorous. You can't even conceive of it. It's not even in our language. This type of thing could exist. Since we had that issue with killing off other people because we gave them technology, we have been really, really careful about stuff like this. So anyway, that was for me. It was the nice arc for the character at this point. But to take that one extra step would have been astounding. To take him all the way to the antithesis of who he was in the first episode, having chlorella, especially inside of him, would have been, holy cow. So I regret that never happened, because it would have been a complete arc. I love those arcs. There's a movie called Les Enfants du Paradis by Marcel Kahn. It's a French movie made during the occupation in the Second World War. And it's a story where the characters at the beginning, Baptiste and Florence and Garance and somebody else, those characters start off as one way, and within the arc of the show, almost all of them except for two become the antithesis of the character at the beginning of the show. Tremendous character arcs. It's one of the best movies I've ever seen. So I recommend it to anybody. Children of Paradise is the English version.
Children of Paradise. War does that to people.
Yeah. So, this is what that movie was. I could go on about that movie. It was filmed during the occupation secretly. They did it. The Germans wouldn't be allowed to do this. How they got away with this, I have no idea. They shot this film while Germany occupied France. And for me, the movie is Garance, who is the main character. She's the female lead, one of the leads. She is France, and that's what's happening around them. It's a great story on its own, but there's so much symbolism about what's happening to France and how the people are changing to deal with the occupation and what's happened to them. Anyway, blah, 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 blah.
No, I think that's valid. So
Yeah.
the other thing about Narim that always stands out to people, especially with that character, not only is he the one that is, to borrow from what you're saying, he is Tolana. The other part of that is he's still damned arrogant, just like all of them. This cannot be happening. Our technology is impenetrable. We are technologically better than all of you put together. And it blindsides him when he realizes that the Curia, their government, has been lying to them. And all the chips are down, and everything that he has stood for is gone. So, you know what? Why not take one of our weapons and point it at a building and blow it up, knowing that everything inside of it is exactly what we do not stand for. Weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
What an arc.
Yeah, exactly. I was very happy with that ending. He could have escaped, but he said, well, I'm the one who did this. So
I pushed the button.
People to at least stay and die with them or whatever it's going to happen, but I'm not about to abandon them. So, it was a very satisfying ending for that character, I felt.
Absolutely.
There was something very funny. I saw just actually about a month ago. I saw something online that said, is Narim a romantic character or a creepy stalker? And I started thinking about, and I went, there's definitely a case to be made for the creepy stalker.
Narim, is that my voice?
If you,
I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Well, what'd you think?
Creepy.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. It's our goal to share a new Stargate story every day while we're on break. Please feel free to subscribe to future episodes here on YouTube. And if you have Stargate friends who might like this clip, let them know about us. Be sure to visit dialthegate.com to view the complete archive, as well as transcripts from past interviews. I'll see you on the other side.